What is poppin', fam? Spanik here, coach of the Reno Acerola, and this is MLBA playoffs round number 1. We made playoffs as the 6th seed in MLBA, and as a result, we are taking on the number 1 seeded Shuckle King and the Philadelphia Absols, who finished the season 11-1 with one of the most busted teams I have ever seen. We faced him week 1 of the regular season and got blown away. Well, they really get blown away. We lost only 1-0, and if I didn't make one big misplay, we could have potentially swung that game into our favor, but alas, wasn't the case. It wasn't the case, and we ended up losing 1-0 because of a giant misplay on my end. But I look to gain retribution in this game. Now, his team just needs no introduction. I went over his team in my week 1 video, and I explained why it's broken. Essentially, he has Neganondel Vale. Like, he's got this mon right here, Neganondel. He's got Vale with it too, which raises defenses, making it easier for Neganondel to set up. And then he's got hard-hitting wall breakers like Landorus Incarnate, with Sheer Force, by the way, and Mega Gallade. Mega Gallade I was really afraid of this game because it tears through my team. I had a hard time checking it very well. I had a hard time switching in and checking it in my week 1 game against him, and I expected the same here. So here's what I brought to try to combat this beastly god squad of a team. I brought the same Greninja set I brought in week 1 because it really puts in a ton of work. It was Choice Scarf. I brought Choice Scarf with enough speed to outspeed Neganondel. And I have, I think I have like Ice Beam, Surf. And I think I just have, well, really just Ice Beam and Surf. I think I just had 2 filler moves. I think I had Dark Pulse for the Mew. But Ice Beam and Surf are really the 2 main attacks I wanted. Because Water plus Ice coverage really works nice against his entire team. As you can see by this composition here. I have here Mega Metagross with just 4 attacks. For 4 attacks, plus Bullet Punch as one of them, just so I could potentially pick off Neganondel and Alolan, and maybe surprise Alolan Ninetales before I could get up a Veil. Sorry if if you hear me sniffling on the mic. I have I'm having a bit of allergies. It's that time of year again. It's allergy season, and I'm really starting to suffer now. So yeah, anywho, we have here a Claydol, which is just built to take on the Lando Eye, because really the only attack he can hit me with is Knockoff, and I could gain information on him because of that. It also can set up rocks, and it also is just there for utility and to deal with the Lando Eye. We have a Goodra. I believe this is Habanberry. Potentially take a hit from the Neganondel and blow him away. I think with Habanberry, I could take a +2 Z Draco, and just after rocks, and just be able to do big damage with Dragon Pulse or something. And we have here a Focus Sash Salazzle that I was just planning on leading with. I brought this thing because it checks Mega Gallade. It checks Mega Gallade, and with Corrosion, I could Toxic the Neganondel. I could Toxic the Skarmory to make my life easier dealing with those things. Okay, that's his team. This is my team. Now, let's get right into this battle. Playoffs hype. Let's see if the Reno Acerola could advance to the next round. I decided to lead off with my Salazzle. He leads off with the Mew. And I just fire off a Toxic right here because I'm Focus Sash. I'm Focus Sash. I have I'm Focus Sash. I'm Poison type, so I really lose nothing by going for a Toxic. I potentially could catch the Neganondel on the switch-in. And I have Dragon Pulse on this thing, so I will be able to just fire that off. So I really don't mind him going. I really don't mind just clicking Toxic here. So that's exactly what I do. I click Toxic. I'm immune to the Synchronize. He goes for Knockoff, which is completely fine by me. He just knocks off my Focus Sash, which is okay. Now I switch out here into my Metagross because I don't know what this thing wants to do. He just fires off another Knockoff. I didn't think he was going to go for a Will-O-Wisp because if I stayed in, I think Salazzle gets Dark Pulse, or maybe he thought Salazzle gets Dark Pulse. So if I stay in, he goes for a Will-O-Wisp, he wastes a turn. So I did think he was going to go for a Will-O-Wisp there, which is why I opted to just go hard Metagross. and I could eat knockoffs for days. So he's just going to rack up the toxic damage. I decide to Mega Evolve right away, and just click on your mash, and I get a crit, and he lives on 2. And as he reveals the Will-O-Wisp, which kind of sucks for me, I didn't think... I just wanted damage on the Mew. I didn't really need Metagross to win this game, as looking like my win cons this game are going to be Greninja plus Mimikyu. Metagross could really just be there to take down his walls. It just gets walled by Skarmory, so Metagross was just kind of there to stop any Ninetales shenanigans, or just to pick off Neganondel, which I could seem to do. Which I could pick off Neganondel also with my Mimikyu. I could stop a little Ninetales even with my Mimikyu as well, because I could just set up on it. So, I really didn't need Metagross this game, as now he just goes into Skarmory, and I just switch out here into my Salazzle, because I knew he was going to either get up rocks or fire off an Iron Head. I knew 100% Salazzle was going to be the best play there. So now he goes into his Neganondel as I fire off a Toxic, and I'm able to Toxic the Neganondel. And this is actually really, really good, because now it's going to be harder for him to sweep me with it, as he'll just keep racking up Toxic damage. Especially if it's like a Life Orb set or something, which they don't really run Life Orb. They mostly run either Z or E-Belt. I've seen Z more often than not. But still, getting this thing Toxic's really nice. He just drops the Draco and kills me, which is it's fine. I didn't need Neganondel this game, and then this just allows me to go into my Greninja here and claim a soul. As I could just fire off an Ice Beam. There's really nothing else to switch in, as he does go into the Skarmory here. I'm able to fire off an Ice Beam. I do big damage. I switch out here into my Metagross, trying to make a play. Like, I didn't think he was going to sack this off, because he still needs Skarmory around for my Metagross. It's his only thing really stopping my Metagross from just wreaking havoc on his team. So I didn't think he was going to sack this. I thought he was going to maybe know I'm Choice Scarf, because bringing down Neganondel, I brought Choice Scarf Greninja in week 1. He's got to know I'm Choice Scarfed. So I was thinking here he might double into his Ninetales to try to set up Veil. So I doubled into my Metagross predicting that. But unfortunately, he stays in and roosts. Now, that was a very risky play, because another Ice Beam would have taken him out. I don't need my Metagross this game, so I'm completely fine just going for Thunder Punches here, as I do get the Para, which is going to be big later on, actually. So I switched out here into my Claydol, because I was trying to scout for... I was trying to... Because Claydol, it really does nothing to my... because this Skarmory can't do anything to my Claydol anyway. So I go into Claydol here. I'm going to try to spin away these rocks. As you see, I get back-to-back Paras there. I go back into my Metagross, because I really don't need Metagross this game, and I don't mind sacking it off in exchange for damage on Skarmory. As you can see, he gets parried in 4 straight turns. That is really, really unfortunate for him, especially if he had Defog on this thing, or Toxic. He goes out into Neganondel. He goes hard Neganondel on my Goodra, probably expecting a Thunderbolt there, which does come out. But now this Neganondel has taken a ton of damage, and I could live a Z Draco from this range. So he fires off a Sludge Wave. I don't understand that play. I didn't know what he was doing there. I don't know why he went for the Sludge Wave. Maybe he thought I would go Mimikyu. So he wanted to break my disguise. But I was Habanberry. Maybe he tried to make a play there. But I really don't get that. I really didn't understand that play that much. So now I have Goodra here. He goes into his Alolan Ninetales, as he's able to get the Hail up. He goes with Blizzard, which I am actually surprised I lived that. I mean, I was sacking off Goodra there 100%, because I really didn't need it, because Neganondel was dead. So I really could have just sacked it off, and then just went into Mimikyu. But I do live the Blizzard. I didn't expect to live that Blizzard. I think that was a low roll, but whatever. I do have I'm not AV. I was a Bonberry, but I do have some Spit F into this Goodra. I knew I ate a Moonblast, but I didn't think I was going to live a Blizzard. And I'm able to hit the Iron Tail and kill the Ninetales, which is now it's really, really looking good in my favor right here. We could be pulling the upset of the century. I am going to die to the hail. As now he goes into Skarmory, I go into my Greninja. Skarmory really can't do much to me anyway. The worst thing he could do is fire off a Toxic, which he does right there. Which I really don't mind, because I think Greninja just cleans up from here, unless he's a Scarflando. And if he's Scarflando, I deal with it with Claydol. So yeah, it looks like Greninja is going to be able to claim at least 2 more kills here. I do am able to get rid of the Landorus. And now the last mon left is Mega Gallade versus the World. And he forgets the Mega Turn Bomb right here. It doesn't matter, as he just SDs, that's okay, I guess, because I still have my Mimikyu in the back with Disguise. So even if he has Shadow Sneak, I will be able to live one. And I think Shadow Claw kills him this range. Shadow Claw is able to take out the Mega Gallade from that range. So GG to Shuckle King and the Absols. Really unfortunate end to your fantastic season. You went 11-1 and lost first round of the playoffs. That's really, really unfortunate. I know the Paras. I don't know what you went for there for the Paras. I'm not quite sure how big they were, but hack sucks. It's part of the game. What are you gonna do? So we advanced to round 2 of the MLBA playoffs, and a lot of the low seeds actually ended up winning their games. So this should be interesting from here on out. I believe we play the St. Kilda Superiors round 2, if I'm not mistaken. We faced them in the regular season and did end up losing. So hopefully we can have some better luck like we did in this matchup. So Spanic out, and I will see you guys next week for round 2 of MLBA playoffs. Peace!